cache mates goseta ne ui ontani tutusen.
Today on One Always There. Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary. Today on One, City of Windhoek requested to reduce municipal charges for 24 months. COVID-19 task team visits Walvis Bay. Al Jazeera unraveled what we've been saying, says the AR. And Okuriangaba open market vendors to start trading soon.
Windhoek residents handed over a petition to the City of Windhoek asking the city not to increase its municipal services charges, specifically its rates and taxes, for the next 24 months. The Urban and Rural Development Ministry has in a statement also directed all regional and local authority councils to put on hold proposed increase in charges, fees and other money payable for municipal services. The group is urging the city not to increase municipal charges on residents for the next 24 months and rather to seek alternative sources of revenue. The request is due to the financial burden the city's rates and taxes have placed on Windhoek residents during the pandemic.
COVID-19 has created economic crisis and put burden on the residents of the Windhoek. City of Windhoek should be considerate with any of the decision and always consult with the community they are serving before decision is endorsed. We, the undersigned, insist on a workable solution to the financial burden on the rates and taxpayers of the city of Windhoek. Water and electricity are basic necessities and essential for livelihood of all residents. These basic needs are exorbitantly charged by the city of Windhoek. We demand that City of Windhoek respond within 14 working days.
Receiving the petition on behalf of the mayor, Deputy Mayor of the City of Windhoek, Ian Subasubani, revealed that the city's council in a meeting held last week resolved to introduce a stimulus package for its clients, which will soon be announced.
As a caring city, council discussed on how to assist and ease the financial burden on our residents and customers as a result of the invisible enemy, COVID-19. Last week, Friday, during a special council meeting, an item on the stimulus package towards our customers was tabled, and council resolved and approved accordingly as per that item. At this point in time, the implementation thereof is with our technical staff. Therefore, please bear with us. Council will surely continue with its acts of selflessness towards its residents. Furthermore, a public statement will be issued by our administrative head, briefing the residents on the arrangements of this stimulus package to our residents that were approved by council.
The Urban and Rural Development Ministry in the statement further advised mayors, chairpersons and local authority councils to take into account the socio-economic impact COVID-19 has had on individuals and businesses, and thus ensure some sort of relief to this effect.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medifax for Dettol.
A task team of deputy ministers are currently visiting Walvis Bay on a fact-finding mission as COVID-19 cases and deaths continue to rapidly increase in the town. The delegation consists of deputy ministers of urban and rural development, health and social services, education, arts and culture, and safety and security, amongst others. The task team is headed by Deputy Minister of Labour and Employment Creation, Hafeni Ndemula, who met with several stakeholders and also paid a visit to factories, health and isolation facilities at Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Henties Bay. At the stakeholders meeting, Ndemula assured Walvis Bay that the government has their interest at heart and will work to ensure that those who have died as a result of the COVID-19 virus will receive a decent burial.
We shall, during our stay here, conduct visits to isolation and quarantine facilities with the view to familiarize ourselves with the conditions there, the treatment and the meals and the psychosocial support being offered to those who are quarantined or in isolation in those facilities. Furthermore, we will be engaging the COVID-19 Regional Burial Committee with the view to understand any challenges they are facing in ensuring that the committee is able to optimally do its work, ensuring that those of our countrymen and countrywomen who succumb to death as a result of COVID-19 are afforded a decent burial while balancing the need for safety and security of the rest of the community members. I'm sure that we are all aware that while the rest of the country has migrated to stage 4 in terms of COVID-19 regulations, Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Arandis remain at stage 3. As such, we'll be engaging members of the community, both in Swakopmund, Walvis Bay and Arandis, to gauge their feelings on how the government and other partners are handling the COVID-19 pandemic in order to obtain further advice on new strategies on how best we all can flatten the curve of new infections, reduce the incidences of loss of lives, and steer towards improved safety for all Namibians.
Irongo Regional Governor Neville Andre, who briefed the delegation on the situation, also announced that those that succumbed to COVID-19 related deaths will be buried at existing burial sites at Walvis Bay.
We also have burials that we need to organize. We have a committee. At the first COVID-19 death, which caught us, I should say, off-site, however, as a committee, we saw that it happened as we were putting up the emergency operational center and also the committee, the burial committee, which was added onto one of the pillars, operation pillars. Different opinions on the interpretation of the various guidelines and SOPs resulted in the community of Walvis Bay of Ongaravo stopping the second burial, which of course it was seen. We then also, as a team on the ground, had to engage the community and see how do we address the challenges of that community. And with those address, we then engaged the municipality to assist in terms of addressing this challenge. And I'm also here to announce that yesterday the municipality gave us a resolution that all COVID-related deaths would be buried at the existing cemeteries. And of course, the families will be engaged or have been engaged to also to give indication where in the 3 areas of Walvis Bay, the burials will take place. We also want to thank the community participation in engaging us on this specific issue.
It was also revealed at the meeting that the emergency risk management team is working on a new strategic plan, as the current one is not sustainable in managing the COVID-19 pandemic in the region. Some of the interventions in the new plan include clustering communities into smaller blocks for better management and evacuating members of the community who are cleared of the virus out of the restricted area on a voluntary basis in order to reduce infection.
Enjoy these fantastic payday savings at Clicks until 6 August. Buy Yardley body spray for women 90 mils 2 for $54. Buy Pampers baby dry disposable nappies jumbo packs, now 2 $25.99 per pack. And buy Nivea lotion or cream 400 mils 2 for $75. Buy Omo auto washing powder 2 kgs 2 for $102. Clicks, feel good, pay less.
The Affirmative Repositioning Movement leader, Job Amupanda, says they have been talking about corruption and exposing politicians for their involvement way before Al Jazeera unearthed the fish rod scandal.
Now, all of a sudden, Al Jazeera have...
Amupanda says the AR was in the forefront fighting corruption and exposing those involved to such an extent that it landed them in court. He feels most people would not be speaking freely against injustices if it wasn't for the AR.
We were at the forefront there, taken to court and all sorts of things, and things like that. Who was sued for calling out people for corruption? We wrote to Noah asking him to give the files on Saki. Noah refused. Yeah? But all of a sudden, why are you quiet on Fish Road? Why are you quiet on what? I mean, we have been in the forefront when it was not fashionable to do so.
Amupanda says those who are questioning the AR's silence on the fish rod scandal are the same people who wished he lost the court case against Saki Shangala in 2018, forgetting the chilling effect it would have had on activists nationwide.
If we were found guilty at that time at court, it was going to send a chilling effect to all the activists. Because they were going to say, you see, you are talking, look at what happened to Job. We don't address issues for people's entertainment. We address the issues because we believe they are substantive. So no one can question our record of fighting corruption. Yeah? We fought corruption when it was least fashionable to do so.
The AR leader says they do not owe anyone an explanation in terms of their tactics and strategies of tackling corruption and other injustices. The AR further announced its participation in this year's local authority and regional council elections and launched an SMS line called Fix Namibia. The SMS line is an initiative by the movement to raise funds for their campaign.
It's OK Furniture's biggest sale ever, and you don't want to miss out on these huge deals. Get the KIC 314-litre water dispenser fridge, now only $4,499. Save $1,000 and save $1,299 on this Hisense 49-inch Full HD digital LED TV plus matching soundbar. A big combo deal at $5,499. Get to OK Furniture for our biggest sale ever and the lowest credit installments guaranteed.
Informal vendors in Okuriangava can finally breathe a sigh of relief as the start of business will commence soon after the completion of the informal structure built by the city of Windhoek. At the internal official handover of the Okuriangava Open Market in Onganga Street, City of Windhoek Mayor Francina Kahungu recognized the team that assisted in the construction of the informal market structure.
The labors was done by the city employees. We did not hire any contract to work on this project. In addition to the city employees, we use the students interns who are with municipality on internship program. In addition, we use some volunteers from Tobias Hainyeko constituency. The materials you see here, we use them. They are recycled materials. The city is trying very hard to ensure that all informal vendors, they resume business. We have identified various temporary trading areas whereby we can relocate the street vendors around Windhoek municipality boundaries so that you start selling as usual.
Also in attendance was CEO at the City of Windhoek, Robert Kahimithe, who stated that more work still needs to be done to the facility to meet the city standards, but as promised, the vendors will start trading soon.
As it has been communicated, this is a project that was driven by her worship herself as well as Honorable Keva. And today, under their leadership today, it is now our responsibility to prepare it so that the traders can move in and start trading. There are standards to be met. That is now my job as well as Mr. Ambunda to ensure that everything will be in place, ablution facilities and whatever is outstanding. Soon the traders will move in to start doing their work.
The mayor of City of Windhoek has also asked for assistance from the community to provide materials to the municipality in order for them to upgrade more informal markets around the city.
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm also Sam.
Meet my little Sam. Only the best for my son.
Sam! I'm Sam!
This is Sam, live.
I'm Sam and I'm fine.
No two people are the same, so why should their cover be? New personal cover from Old Mutual lets you build the cover that's right for you and your budget. And it's easy to change as your life does too. The time is now to get personal cover that's just for you. SMS cover to 66522 today.
We'll do all the best to get people to the coast, but the most important thing that we want to do.
In other leading stories, the Tourism Ministry has commenced with its National Fire Management Program with the intention to detect, prevent and suppress fires in anticipation of the fire season, which starts in July to January every year. Every year, forest fires burn about 2 million hectares of vegetation in fire-prone regions, threatening lives and property, degrading the environment. Due to the threat that fires pose, particularly in the conservation of the Ministry's forest resources, including wildlife, the Ministry considers forest fire management an issue of national importance. Under this management strategy, more effort is put on education and training local communities in firefighting skills and establishing fire community-based fire crews to assist in cases of fires in their communities. Training involves fire behavior and effects, fire prevention, firefighting and management. The Ministry, through the Directorate of Forestry, can also assist individuals, communities and organizations with basic training and development of fire management plans that will give guidance on how to manage fires on a piece of land. The Ministry is seeking the cooperation of the public to assist with fighting fires where and when required. The public is also called upon to use fire responsibly to avoid destructive fires that cause damages to people's properties and the environment. And U.S. Ambassador Lisa Johnson welcomed Deputy Foreign Minister Honorable Janelle Matundu and the Mayor of Windhoek, Her Worship Francina Kahungu, to the site of the new U.S. Embassy campus in Klein Windhoek for a historic groundbreaking ceremony. Ambassador Johnson called the building of a new U.S. Embassy an investment by the United States in its 30-year relationship with Namibia, saying the facility would be the future platform from which the two countries would partner on issues from health to trade to protecting Namibia's wildlife for decades to come. Completion of the new U.S. Embassy campus is scheduled for 2023. During the 3 years of construction, more than 2,000 Namibians will be employed at various stages. In addition to job creation, the U.S. construction firm currently is procuring goods and services from more than 50 Namibian companies. The project is already injecting more than 11.5 million Namibia dollars into the local economy each month.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. Today on One reported this week that at a press briefing by the National Youth Council of Namibia to give an update on the outcomes of the Special Representative Council meeting, an aggrieved former board member appeared at the conference and challenged the basis of the new board's appointment on Saturday. Midimonjila said that they are fighting for positions and wish them all luck. Leonard asked why the voices of women are never considered when unlawful policies and procedures are questioned. Leila said young women should learn that indiscipline makes them look bad even if they had a good point. Haley described 2020 as an eventful year and blames the COVID-19 outbreak. The Secretary General of the Teachers Union of Namibia, TUN, Mahongora Kavihuha, says the reopening of all schools for face-to-face learning is a death sentence for learners and teachers. Pandulo said the schools must close because in the early days of the outbreak, when the country had 16 cases, the learners were sent home. Lina said some learners have already repeated the same grade once, and parents will not allow for their kids to repeat again. Rosalia said it is optional whether or not for parents to send their children to school. She also added that adults are gathering at liquor outlets all day, while classes that only take a few hours a day should be put on hold. Lila said the closing of schools should coincide with the closing of clubs. Angelica said it will not make much of a difference whether schools are open or closed, as children are still in the streets despite the risk. While Dawn said that schools must provide face masks for the children. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
It's OK Furniture's biggest sale ever, and you don't want to miss out on these huge deals. Get the KIC 314-litre water dispenser fridge, now only $4,499. Save $1,000 and save $1,299 on this Hisense 49-inch Full HD digital LED TV plus matching soundbar. A big combo deal at $5,499. Get to OK Furniture for our biggest sale ever and the lowest credit installments guaranteed.
I'm Sam.
I'm also Sam.
Meet my little Sam. Only the best for my son.
Sam. I'm Sam.
This is Sam, live.
I'm Sam and I'm fun.
No two people are the same, so why should their cover be? New personal cover from Old Mutual lets you build the cover that's right for you and your budget. And it's easy to change as your life does too. The time is now to get personal cover that's just for you. SMS cover to 66522 today.
A look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior cold at first, otherwise partly cloudy and warm in the northeast, elsewhere sunny and mild to warm. A fresh to strong northeasterly wind will prevail in the interior. The coast, sunny and mild to warm in the south, elsewhere sunny and hot with sandstorms. The wind moderate southwesterly in the south, elsewhere fresh to strong northeasterly. Now a look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
Always love to hear from you. Send us your views, comments and videos with your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
The mighty Zambezi River, the longest east-flowing river in Africa, a river that flows through 6 countries, home to a plethora of wild species of fauna and flora, a lifeline for many people whose livelihoods are dependent on the abundance the river brings. Globally, communities who live along rivers rely on these rivers to survive. Communities living along the Zambezi call it the river of life, bringing water for their crops and fish as their main protein source. In Namibia, a country situated in sub-Saharan Africa, the Zambezi River sits at the heart of Kaza, the Kavango-Zambezi Trans-Frontier Conservation Area, which is one of the greatest conservation areas on Earth, a stronghold for very many of our most iconic wildlife. I'm right now where the river forms the border between Namibia and Zambia. This enormous water body provides sustenance to a wide array of wildlife, bird and fish species. It's also a lifeline for human beings.
The same communities are the people also who are doing the illegal activities.
The price of fishing has gone up because fish has become scarce.
The more they finish this, the more our life gets harder and harder.
These days, it is very rare to get a big bream unless in those protected areas.
A small group of community members, together with non-governmental organizations like Namibian Nature Foundation, are fighting back.
We have to start thinking out of the box, to be honest, because what's going to happen is going to be out of this box that we haven't seen before.
By creating protected areas, monitoring and patrolling, fish stocks have a chance at recovery. These are the stories of the people fighting for the continued existence of their communities. These are the last defenders.
Struggling with no food, no what. But we didn't stop. If we are going to do it, our young children, they will never know the fish.
the app now.